Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York has proclaimed a first-in-the-nation disaster emergency in response to gun violence. According to NBC New York, the Democratic governor made the announcement via an executive order on Tuesday. He offered a 7-point strategy for dealing with a spike in gun violence, which included focusing on hotspots and treating the problem as a public health emergency. The governor stated that $138 million will be spent on intervention and preventative initiatives as part of the strategy. According to the BBC, Cuomo said the state has experienced at least 51 shootings over the long weekend, including 26 in New York City. The proclamation enables the state to transfer money and other resources to hotspots of gun violence swiftly. Cuomo claimed gun violence was just as serious a public health problem as the state's coronavirus emergency declaration, which expired less than 2 weeks ago, according to the New York Daily News. The governor stated, "If you can overcome COVID, you can beat gun violence. We're in the midst of a new epidemic, gun violence, and it's a question of life and death."
It is encouraging to see that New York is going to treat gun violence as a state emergency. However, the 7-point methods proposed does not seem to be useful. Let me explain. The problem of gun violence is that, first of all, there are too much violence in the society. There is too much anger, and there is too much the feeling of injustice, and therefore people need to take actions into their own hand. And in many cases, they don't know how to deal with this anger, and then resort to violence. The second reason is that there are too many guns available to the civilians, and hence, when violence is concerned, they tend to use guns as a means to express their anger, causing serious damages to the society. In order to resolve this problem, we need to resolve the root causes. So, first of all, it have to reduce the inequality among the citizens. There is not a simple $130-something million could help. Secondly, to reduce the amount of guns among the citizens is also a very difficult political situation. I don't think New York will be able to solve this problem by itself. It needs to be a nationwide policy to reduce the amount of guns within the community. Unfortunately, the American Rifle Associations, etc., are too powerful. I don't think that could be done. In other words, this treating gun violence as an emergency will only be plastered upon over fundamental problems. It will not work.